Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you are new here, I am Alana Simone. The last time that we saw each other, I was doing my boho twist, and you guys were asking for an update. So it is day 5. The twists are still doing their thing, but of course the pieces that we left out, some of them are getting a bit frizzy, but that's pretty normal for my hair because even when I do my wash and goes, typically I'll have to refresh my curls after a couple of days anyway. So nothing out of the ordinary for me, but I did want to come on here and show you guys how I'm going to refresh my hair. The things that I'm going to be using are, of course, my spray bottle, my Eco Styler gel, my edges brush, and my edge control. I think that's all I'm going to need, hopefully. But as we work our way through, we'll see what we need to do. All right, so I did the first 2 twists off camera, but what I'm doing is just taking my spray bottle and I'm spraying the bottom half of the twist. I'm sectioning off the curly pieces because you guys can see that they're not doing what they was doing day 1. So I'm adding some gel to my finger, and then I'm just gonna go through and re-finger coil the curly pieces. And I'm also going to re-finger coil the end of the twist as well, just to make sure that it's nice and fresh. And that's basically it. So because my hair was up in that puff, obviously the twists are kind of just going a bunch of different directions. So I'll show you guys when I get to the front how I plan on getting them to lay back flat the way that they were when I first did them. It's kind of similar to when people get their locks retwisted. So you have to twist it, pin it down, wait for it to dry, and then when you take it out, it should be laying flat. So it's pretty similar to that, but yeah, y'all, this is crazy. This is crazy. I know that I mentioned in my last video that I'm going to Chicago in a few weeks. So if anybody lives in Chicago, or if you have been to Chicago and you have recommendations for me, feel free to drop them in the comments. All right, so we did the first row, and I pinned it down with a hairpin just to hold it down so it's not sticking up all over the place. And we are just moving along. I posted this hairstyle on my Instagram, and somebody had commented and said, you know, if you were gonna start locks, this would be a perfect way to start them. And funny enough, I was actually going to get locks at one point. I don't know if you guys remember a long time ago when I was in college, I had one lock in the back of my head. His name was Charlie. And I got that lock because I was thinking about getting locks at the time, but I just wanted to see how locks would look with my hair texture, so I just got one to see. And this was obviously before I started doing social media and posting content. So this was, what, 2014, 2015, around there. And although I did like how the lock looked in my hair, I decided to not go through with getting locks because I realized that I just like to switch my hairstyles too much. I mean, you guys see it. I'm always changing up my hairstyles. I don't keep the same style in for more than like a week and a half. So that wasn't the best decision for me at the time. It was fun for the time being, having my one lock. Everybody knew his name. He actually walked down the aisle with me, not the aisle, graduation. I started at 10:40 and it's now 11:04. Watch this take longer than actually doing the boho twist. Oh God. No, impossible, right? This can't take longer than like an hour. Oh my God, y'all are never gonna do this hairstyle now. We're looking for quick hairstyles. Let me speed up and stop talking so much. So far, so good. She's coming back to life. Bringing her back. All right, so for the sides going into the top of my head, you guys can obviously see where I had them tied up. So I think what I'm going to do for these pieces, I'm going to show you guys. So obviously they're not just going to lay down on their own. Okay. Once I refresh these curls, I'll show you guys what the game plan is. All right, guys, it's been 30 minutes so far, and we are like, I want to say we're most of the way done. Okay, so I'm spraying in the middle of the twist, right? And I am going to take a hairpin and just pin it going back like this to just hold it down. Especially these pieces right here, like they give it very much. So we're gonna just spray it out. Has anybody seen the Barbie movie yet? And if you have, How did you feel about it? Because I've been hearing mixed reviews. I haven't seen it yet, but I've definitely been hearing mixed reviews about the movie. I'll probably still watch it anyway, but I am curious as to if any of you guys have seen it already and what your thoughts were. Okay, so this piece is already kind of laying down. I'm still gonna pin it anyway, just to ensure that she's not gonna go anywhere, but okay, so like this. Nah. I'm gonna take that same hairpin that I tied the first two with and use the same pin to tie the rest of them down like that. Alright, so this is the last piece. Alright, good as new. I think what I'm going to do, that rhymed, is I'm going to slick an edge. Where's my tie? Just to refresh everything. Make it look nice and tart. Like these edges. Alright, edges are sluck. Alright, hopefully the edges are nice and set. So now I'm going to go through and just take out all of the hairpins that I had holding down all of my twists. Hopefully I can find all of them, because y'all know how these hairpins like to go missing. Alright, and that is it. Nice and refreshed. Good as new. And it only took 1 hour. It only took me 1 hour as opposed to 2.5, which is what it took the first time. And it's interesting because with my wash and goes, they typically take about 2.5 to 3 hours. So the fact that I had to refresh it and it took 1 hour, it makes sense because only half of my curly hair is out. You know what I mean? So, I really want to get creative and see what type of styles I can do with the boho twist. So let me know if you guys want to see what I come up with, because that might could be the next video. Thank you guys for tuning into this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you have not already. Again, I am Alana Simone, and I will see you guys in the next one.